All right, Shalom. First and foremost, we want to give all praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Hashem, Yahushai, Hashem, Kakadash, the honors to the elder apostle, great millstone, and salutation, much love to Yakim out there pushing out his word and truth and sincerity. And we got some guests in the building from Miami. Got the brother Shamar and brother Ramak. All right, so we're gonna just go into this lesson, and Lord's will is edifying. Go ahead, brother. Take off.
All right. So as you see the title says the kingdom is coming soon, so stay tuned. All right, because Yahushua is about to return, man. All right. You see the times coming because the scriptures tell you the spirit of Yahushua, the spirit of Yahushua is the spirit of prophecy, man. So you see these prophecies kicking off, man. It's giving you telltale signs that the kingdom that the scriptures speak about that's to come to Israel is coming soon, man. All right. It's not too far off, man. Okay. This is the book of 2 Ezra, chapter 2, verse 13. It says, "Go, and ye shall receive. Pray for a few days unto you, that they may be shortened. The kingdom is already prepared for you. Watch." All right. It says, "Go, and ye shall receive. Pray for a few days unto you, man." All right. Again, the time that we're in, we're seeing all these things happen. Okay. People are being shut inside. They can't go anywhere. All right. The glimpse of food shortages is happening. All right. So you already know that a famine is coming into this place, man. So what we do, man, we pray to the Heavenly Father, we pray to Yahweh Yahushua that he hasten these days, man. Okay? That he hasten these days. All right, that he shorten the days, man, so that way the salvation of the elected Yahshua may come, and Lord's will be part of that elect, we get delivered as well. Why? Because the kingdom, all right, is already prepared for us, man. Peace is already prepared for us, man. Okay?
Real quick, go ahead, brother. St. John chapter 14, verse 1 and 2. Go down 3, 2. This is Yahushua speaking. It says, "Let not your heart be troubled. Ye believe in the Most High. Believe also in me. In my Father's house are many mansions. If it were not so, I would have told you."
Right. It's like it. The Lord said him. That's red letter, right?
Mm-hmm.
Lord said if it wasn't true, He would have told us.
Right.
So it is true then. That He's out there making many mansions of it. For what? The kingdom of heaven, or ultimately for the nation of Israel. We were speaking earlier how the scripture talk about the heavens being as a curtain is ever unveiling. It's always rolling out like you unroll something, it just goes and goes. Well, the heavens is continually growing, meaning the space out there, the universe as Esau calls it. And Esau even acknowledges it, that the space is always growing. They can't tell you why, but we can. The Lord is telling you right here why.
Yep.
Go ahead.
Okay. Verse 2. And again, that's St. John chapter 14. "In my Father's house are many mansions. If it were not so, I would have told you. I go to prepare a place for you." And as the brother read here, the kingdom is already prepared for us.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. It's already set. Everything is in order. All right. The Lord has it set up. And when we're out of this hellhole, when we're out of this fucking prison, okay, this piece of shit world that we're living in, all right, we're gonna see what the Lord has been preparing for us.
Right?
That's right. This time.
Right.
And it's gonna be something that out of this world is gonna be a beautiful situation for us, more so than anything we ever experienced on this earth in this flesh.
That's right.
It's gonna be so good that the Lord's gonna have to change our flesh.
Right.
That's right.
The scriptures tell you at the end it shall manifest, man. All right, the end manifests 2 Ezra, man. Hey, just like the Lord done already said that Babylon is destroyed, we're just waiting for the physical manifestation of it. The Lord done already showed us how the kingdom is, man. All right, so all we waiting for is the physical manifestation. That's why we are to tarry. All right, in this truth, man. We are to stick to Yahweh Yahushua and remain faithful. Because if you do that, He's gonna give you that rest so you may see that kingdom, man.
I got a good precept to go with what this brother mentioned, and then what you just filled out with. This is Isaiah 64:4. "For since the beginning of the world, men have not heard, nor perceived by the ear, neither hath the eye seen, O Most High, beside thee, what He hath prepared for him that waited for Him."
Right. Nobody really seen what the Lord had really prepared, man. The Lord doesn't show glimpses. All right, you go to Revelation, you see how the city is set up. You see the walls. All right, the stones on the walls, because the Lord showed John the Revelator. But with physical eyes, we have not seen, man. Eyes have not seen, ears have not heard, man. We have,
I was gonna say real quick, the gold paved streets.
Right. Right, man. We see it in scriptures, man. So guess what? Hey, the scriptures say that the aforetime the prophets will cause seers. We see it in the scriptures, but with our physical eyes, we have not seen it. But the Lord is going to show us real soon. Man.
And also the peace, the tranquility,
Yep.
the beautifulness of the earth itself has never been seen. Even from the beginning, when the Garden of Eden, all right, when this is going to be better, the kingdom of heaven is going to be better than the beginning of the earth.
Yep.
Okay, this is going to be so much more to the point where animals aren't going to eat each other.
Ooh, I got that.
You know. I finished that? Because man, there's so much that because like the scripture said, I have not seen, ear have not heard, and then you go to Corinthians, it said that it hadn't even entered into the minds.
Yep.
So because we really can't perceive how beautiful the kingdom is going to be because we haven't experienced nothing like that.
Mm-hmm.
So we can't say, well, we can't compare. Well, like Coca-Cola is good with Pepsi. You could compare it to. You can't compare the kingdom of heaven with anything that's been put on this earth.
Yep. The only thing you can compare it to is the biggest kingdom that's on this earth right now, which is this wicked ass kingdom.
And that's why John the Revelator marveled at it.
Yep.
Because this is a great kingdom in the eyes of fleshly body, in the eyes of man.
Yep.
But this kingdom that the Lord has promised Israel, beginning with Yahushua and his elect, is going to be far beyond anything you can even imagine at this point.
Right. Because you got to remember, this kingdom that marvels man, there's death still within this realm. And our kingdom is not going to be no death within the realm of Israel, man.
And that's why John was marveling, because the technology, he saw skyscrapers, cars, and, airplanes, people with phones, all kind of everything that you see today. John, that's why he marveled at it. He was amazed at it.
Yep. We're going to talk that.
Yeah. Finish one verse and then you brothers take it. Verse 3 in St. John 14, it's still Yahushua speaking. And if I go and prepare a place for you, I will come again and receive.
He said he's gonna go prepare a place and he's gonna come again.
Yep.
When's he gonna come again? To redeem us, to give us salvation, so that we can enjoy those mansions that he's out there building, man.
Yep.
Go ahead.
That I will come again and receive you unto myself, that where I am, there ye may be also.
You're already sitting on the right hand side of the Most High, man. So we're gonna be with him, man. All right. Because guess what? As Matthew the 6th chapter say, all right, the prayer, the Lord's prayer, thy kingdom come, thy will be done in earth as it is in heaven. It's perfectly peaceful and perfectly in order in the heavens, man. And Yahushua is sitting on the right hand side of the Most High in all perfection, man. So guess what? He said what? Now, if he gonna prepare a place for us, he gonna there we may be also. He gonna take. Yahushua literally said to the disciples, he's gonna take them where he at, man, to the kingdom, man. Okay? When they manifest on earth, they're gonna be right there with him. They're gonna sit on the 12.
Yeah, and regeneration. That should be, man.
Yep, sit on the 12 tribes of the
12 thrones.
Yep, right.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
That's what the Lord promised. I got one. It's
It's
the book of Isaiah chapter 9. I'm going to start at verse 5. For every battle of the warrior is with confused noise and garments rolled in blood. But this shall be with burning and fuel of fire. Because this particular war that's coming up, World War III, will be fought with nuclear missiles. And it need to be. Because in order for the Lord's kingdom to come, the kingdom that we're waiting on, these kingdoms got to be brought down. Right? So first of all, America got to be burned up from sea to shining sea. And then Yahushua's kingdom will be upon this earth. Now,
like it real quick. That war fought with flames. What's it? Flames and fuel fire. So the nuclear weapons, ICBMs. That is the ushering in of Yahushua's kingdom, because at the same time, Yahushua is going to be in them skies.
Yep.
So that's a necessity for the kingdom of heaven to be established. This place got to be eradicated, so that Yahushua can come back and take all the crowns of the kings of the earth and then establish his kingdom.
Yep, that's right. Hey, Becca tell you the vision is yet set for a point in time.
Yep.
I'm going to tell that word vision. I love going to that word. Going to the word vision is oracle prophecy. All right, the scriptures tell you America going to get destroyed. And then as you keep reading, you see Yahushua sitting in glory, man, being called the Prince of Peace. He's in rulership, man.
Yep.
So that's a vision too that Isaiah saw, man.
Mhm.
And guess what? It's won't come to pass, man. Don't take wait for it, man.
That's right.
Stick to Yahweh Shemel Shot. Forsake him not, man.
And if I'm gonna add, like the scripture say, there's no new thing under the sun.
Yup.
How did Yahushua in his old form when he was King Solomon? How did he inherit the kingdom? Through his father, King David, making war. So what? This is gonna be nothing but war before the peace comes.
Right.
That's how that 40 years of peace under the reign of King Solomon was established through war.
Yep.
So this is going to be the war to end all wars. That's
right.
why the scripture tell you that to beat their spears into pruning hooks.
Yep.
All right.
Yep.
Their weapons into agriculture tools, so to say. Because what? Through war is going to lead. The only way to get through peace is through war, and the Lord's coming with that final war, man.
That's
the
right.
war to end all wars.
That's right.
And to go off that real quick, Ecclesiastes 7:8. Better is the end of a thing than the beginning thereof. And the patient in spirit is better than the proud in spirit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so we waiting for this thing to end, man. We understand that after this thing is over, then what's coming after? Or
Right.
And it doesn't pertain to the kingdom of heaven because it said the beginning of the thing is better than the end of the thing. There's no end to the kingdom of heaven.
Right.
It's an everlasting kingdom.
It's
talking about the end of this kingdom is better than the beginning of this kingdom, man. Because at the beginning of this kingdom, we was in slavery. The end of this kingdom, we were still in slavery. But what? The end was better than the beginning because at the end, we're going to get salvation.
That's right.
That's right, brother.
And through what? Like the brother just read through that war with flames of fire, all right? The Lord in Isaiah 66 tell you how the Lord's coming back.
Yep.
All right, in the same way this war is going to end with, man.
Flame fire.
Mm-hmm.
That's right. Here's verse 6. For unto us a child is born, and unto us a son is given. You know, it's talking about Yahushua.
Yeah.
Unto us, though, unto who? The Israelites. Because he's the mercy that was promised to our fathers. He's our Messiah. That's what we're waiting on. So, for unto us a child is born, unto us a son is given, and the government shall be upon his shoulder. And his name shall be called Wonderful Counselor, the Mighty God, the Everlasting Father, the Prince of Peace. Right. Hey, the government gonna be on his shoulder, man. That's why we waiting for the kingdom. Man, this is Yahushua's kingdom, man. Not no regular Joe Schmo, not no heathen. No, this is the Son of the Heavenly Father. This is the kingdom that was envisioned since the beginning of time, man. You know?
And everything was made by him for him.
Right. Right.
So like you said, this is Yahushua's kingdom. And then he got joint heirs with him.
That's right. So,
but it's like this is Yahushua is the man. Okay,
yeah.
There's no one on the same level as Yahushua, man. Go ahead.
Yeah, verse 7. Of the increase of his government, right? What's a lot of you? He the man, but he made us joint heirs with him, man. You know, which means
he died for us,
right? That's a sheesh.
Hey,
love,
hey,
man.
Call like
Yahushua. But verse 7, of the increase of his government in peace, there should be no end upon the throne of David and upon his kingdom to order it and to establish it with judgment and with justice from henceforth, even forever.
It said the increase. It's like read that where it said the increase
of the increase of his government in peace. There shall be no end.
There shall be no end. The increase of his government and what peace?
In peace.
Shall be no end.
Right.
So it's going to always increase in the king. That's why everlasting, man. That's why the Lord's out there. The brother read about the many mansions. He's out there expanding it.
Yep.
Because there's never going to be an end to this. We're going to continue to rule for. We really can't imagine it because all we can imagine is okay, you live 80 years if you're lucky, and then you die. We're talking about eternity, immortality.
Right.
That's right.
Incorruptibleness. Righteousness, and it's going to go on forever and ever and ever because there's the Lord is infinite. We're going to continue to expand. We're going to continue to bring righteousness and peace. Or the government that's upon the shoulders of Yahushua, as the brother just read, is going to continue to grow. And then why is it upon his shoulders? Because Jake like to say, I'm carrying my city on my back. That's what Yahushua did. He literally did that for us. He died for us. You know. So now when we inherit the kingdom of heaven with Yahushua, it's gonna flourish forever.
Yep.
Go ahead.
You're gonna be joint heirs with him, man. It says, and to establish it with judgment and with justice from henceforth even forever. The zeal of the Lord of hosts will perform this. The Lord Yahweh sent the word unto Jacob, and it has lighted upon Israel. This is the gospel. This is what we've been preaching, man. That's why we've been out on the streets week in and week out. That's why we've been fighting. That's why we've been pushing, because the kingdom is at hand. It really is, man. We a couple days from the chip being pushed, and once that's pushed, we know that Yahweh Shai is coming very, very soon, man. So hey, the title of the video, the kingdom is coming soon. Stay tuned, man. We could be in the kingdom. Hey, realistically, we could be in the kingdom in a matter of months.
Absolutely.
Or within a year. Or it's soon, period. You know?
Well, brothers are hastening the day.
Yeah.
That's why we're doing this. We're ushering in the kingdom. We're like, every video we put out, every lesson brothers put out is either about the end of this place or about the coming of the new kingdom or building our faith to get us through the times that are about to come upon this earth.
That's right.
All right. We're only looking for the kingdom. Everything else is supposed to happen. We see everything happening. The Lord is making this so easy for brothers to get.
It's been written down for thousands of years.
Yeah.
Guess what is happening?
Right.
Now we're in the process of it happening.
Right.
Go ahead, Akia.
Right. Oh, that was it.
That was it?
That was it for that one.
All right, book of Isaiah, chapter 60. I'll start at verse.
Oh yeah.
Start at verse 9 and read on down.
Mm-hmm.
Surely the isles shall wait for me, and the ships of Tarshish first, to bring thy sons from far, their silver and their gold with them, unto the name of the Lord Yahweh, thy power.
Yeah, and that's the thing, man. These nations are going to bring things unto us, as they did in the time of King Solomon, which was Yahushua, if you can receive it. All right, this is it's going to go back to that word, that way. Which really you're still doing that today unto Esau. You're paying tribute. You're bringing your best things, your gold. You're bringing all your good things unto the ruler of this world, or the God of this world, which is Esau. All right. So guess what? When the righteous are in authority, you're gonna do the same thing, but you're gonna be rejoicing.
You'll be happy.
You're gonna want to give unto the righteous, man.
Hey, what was that? Who was that? Laban. He peeped when Jacob was in his house that God was with Laban. God was with Jacob, and Laban's flocks and things increased. Everything that Jacob put his hands on increased. Mm-hmm. So in the kingdom, these heathens, everybody gonna want to pay tribute to us. They gonna see that every time they come to us, more of their livestock grow.
Right, they're gonna want to, and they're gonna grow accustomed to it coming to the holy men of the Lord, the rulers of existence.
Which we're not gonna be, the thing that we're not gonna be assholes like Esau is.
No,
where he's taxing you and this and that. Which they're it's tributaries. There's this one thing, but with usury, that's a whole other thing. But we're gonna treat them good. All right, we're not just gonna make people.
They're gonna love to
bring us things for nothing. We gotta send them off with something.
They're gonna love our rulership much more. They're gonna love the shit they're doing right now. Aside from these Edomites out here, all these different nations, they're gonna love. They're gonna have everybody's gonna have land. Everybody's gonna have multiple women. Everybody's gonna be good. Right. It's just gonna be levels to it.
Right.
That's why
we just read in Isaiah chapter 9. Our kingdom is gonna have justice and judgment, man.
Real
when you don't have justice and judgment, people mourn, man. People get angry and mad like you have in Babylon, where it's all this confusion and wickedness, man. It's going to be none of that in our kingdom.
Yeah, people can't go to the beach, bro. Shit, man. Florida? Like, come on, man. That's gonna be something in the kingdom, or what we talking about for you can't go breathe fresh air.
They got the signs of the street, private property on the fucking water. Come on, the water's private property.
Ocean,
the Tampa Bay, of Tampa.
Everybody's gonna be able to enjoy the kingdom, man, except for Esau. Man.
Exactly.
You had your turn, and look what you did to the earth, man. Look what you did to the Lord's people, man.
Yeah, I mean, exactly. Brother said you had your turn, and you did it. You had fun with it. Yeah, you did it. And you went all the way with it, man.
He was balls out.
Yeah, he was balls out, balls in. He went on America, on the earth. But now, Lewis, you have to pay for this.
Now the tab's got to be paid for, man. You can't go to a restaurant and wreak havoc in there and then just expect to walk out.
Right. Or if you dine and dash, and whoever you left at the table he's stuck with the bill. Someone's got to pay this bill.
Here it is. You fucking broke the chairs, broke cups, and then you told your kid to stay there and you just booked. Well, guess what? He got to pay for it. Go ahead, finish that off.
Yeah, I'm going to read on here a little bit. What was that? Verse 9. To bring thy sons from far, their silver and their gold with them, unto the name of the Lord Yahweh thy power.
See, and that's what the ultimate. Because Esau, he brings in things for himself. We're gonna have nations bring in things for the Lord. But who's the Lord's people? The Lord don't need gold. The Lord's in the heavens. He's the king. He is the creator of creation. Okay?
Yep.
He don't need gold. That's for his people, man.
Yeah, for real,
Yeah.
man. He created it for his people.
Yeah.
man.
Right.
Go ahead.
And to the Holy One of Israel, because he hath glorified thee.
Mhm.
The sons
Because he has glorified thee, man. The Lord has glorified us by choosing us as a nation. And guess what? In turn, we glorify him. We give him all the praise, glory, and honor, man. This is not about us. We didn't choose ourselves. We didn't make ourselves the best people. The Lord made us the best people. Go ahead.
the sons of strangers shall build up thy walls.
So the heathens, they're gonna build our kingdom up, man. Just like we built this kingdom up. And not Esau, not just Esau's kingdom, the Moabites' kingdom, the Ammonites, everybody's kingdom, man. You got the Assyrian Babylonian kingdom.
Yeah.
Then you got the Medo-Persian kingdom, the Greeks, and we built all that up, man.
Let's go in tears, bro.
Egypt, yeah, kind of.
DMX, yeah.
We say DMX, huh?
I said DMX. Read it on. DMX. Verse 8, verse 10, Slakia. And the sons of strangers shall build up thy walls,
Right.
and their kings shall minister unto thee.
Yeah, so these high level king, the elites, they're gonna minister unto us, man. Meaning serve us.
Yep.
All right, they're gonna be the first fruits of slavery. Lord's will we be the first fruits of the kingdom of heaven? They're gonna be the first fruits of slavery in the kingdom of heaven, man. And not just no Joe Schmo up the block. He's smoking weed and drinking Bud Lights. No, we want the royalty of Esau to be the first slaves, man.
Yep. Which means they're gonna do a lot of the dirty work, man. A lot of dirty work. Bury the bodies. Yeah. Continual employment too. A lot of bodies to bury. Yeah, man.
It's a lot. You got
Hey, quick precept for that. Revelation chapter 13, verse 9. If any man have an ear, let him hear. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Here is the patience and the faith of the saints. This is our patience and faith, because this is a prophecy that's going to happen. We were their slaves; they're going to be our slaves, and that's going to be a major feature in the kingdom. Us ruling and the heathens below us, man. They're gonna build up our shit. We ain't finna build it. We built up all their shit for all these thousands of years.
For real.
The scriptures say we're gonna be a nation of kings and priests. A king don't build up his own castle, man. What are you insane? The elites didn't build up their palaces. They probably had some Mexicans working for 10 cents an hour building them things up, man. All right. So, like the brother just read, all right, this is the faith and the patience of the saints, which is going to inherit the kingdom of heaven under Yahweh Shem Shai, man. Right? This is what we earned for, man. We truly believe in this, and we really want it. We're sick of living under the rule of a wicked, and we just want to see the righteousness flourish through the earth, man. Even the trees are going to rejoice.
Yeah, that's right. Fir tree.
Yeah.
Yeah, that fir tree, I say, since thou been cast down, no fat ass coming against me.
Yeah.
Isaiah 14.
Yep.
Back here.
Oh, got a quick one.
Yeah.
This is the book of Psalms, chapter 149.
Yep.
I start at verse 6. I start at verse 5. Shall I start at verse 4 real quick? For the Lord Yahweh taketh pleasure in his people. He will beautify the meek with salvation. Let the saints be joyful in glory. Let them sing aloud upon their beds. Let the high praises of the Most High be in their mouths and a two-edged sword in their hands.
If I may add real quick, that's the beginning of forever.
Yep.
That's salvation.
Yeah.
When we get beamed up on Lord's will we those men, when you see us going up into the skies, all right, like the scripture say, their enemies beheld them. That's it.
That's righteous of salvation.
It's on.
Like what did the cartoon say? Happily ever after. Man.
Yep.
When you see us going to the chariots, which you will, that's it for you.
Yep.
But it's gonna be good. It's gonna be okay. Like Trump said, it's gonna make the world great again. Okay.
Verse 7, to execute vengeance upon the heathen and punishments upon the people, to bind their kings with chains and their nobles with feathers of iron.
Right, if I may add, that's part of the kingdom. All right, that's part of the kingdom of heaven coming. Having our oppressors, our enemies, in chains and yokes of iron, man. That's part of the kingdom of heaven. If you don't accept the kingdom of heaven of the Heavenly Father and His Son because you were offended by slavery, then I don't know what to tell you, because that is how the kingdom of heaven is going to be established. Through bloodshed, because the Lord is coming back to bring war, like Brother read earlier in that was Isaiah 9, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then after war comes peace and the establishment of the kingdom, man. The kingdom ain't just going to come up from the ground. No, we're going to have people build it for us, man.
Right.
Through slavery.
Right. Because through that war, what you're going to do, you're going to cast down all the insubordinates. Everybody who's going to be a problem, or somebody who's going to try to come up against the reign.
I got something real quick for you. I opened up right to it too. Just for what you just said right there. Luke 19 and let's look. Where am I at? It's Luke 19 and
27.
God, yeah, yep. Luke 19:27. But those mine enemies, which would not that I should reign over them, bring hither and slay them before me.
Right, because the kingdom, as we said, is Yahweh's kingdom, man. So guess what? He's going to come and take everybody who's going to be a problem, man. We already know Esau Edom is going to be a problem. Take him out the fucking way. All right? Take the Hamites out the way. Take everybody out the way. Take 2/3 out the fucking way, man. Mow them down. Get them out of here. All right? Set this individual up. Come on, man. That's the kingdom, man. That's what's coming, man.
And that's when we come down, all right, the New Jerusalem comes down, that's what we're gonna be doing.
Yep.
Like, listen, bend the knee or die.
Yep, straight up.
Because you read that verse in Spanish, it says bring them here and behead them, all right, decapitate them. So when it says slay, yeah, it means to kill, but you get closer to the original text, it means cut their heads off, man, because that was an ancient way a king would deal with his people coming up against him. Cut their heads off.
Send them to the execution.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna execute vengeance upon people, man.
Exactly.
That's right.
Come on, man. Take them. Hey, we're gonna be executioners and officers, man.
Off of their heads.
Yep, off with their heads. That's what the king says, man. Off with their heads, man.
And the King of Kings is coming back.
Oh man,
Come on.
go ahead, bro. There you got it.
It's Revelation chapter 2, verse 25. But that which you have already, hold fast till I come. And what we have is exactly what we bringing out, man. This faith, this truth, this is the gospel, man. This is our belief, the patience in the faith, you know. And Yahweh shall come, so when he comes, we're going to receive. But verse 26. And he that overcometh and keepeth my works unto the end, to him will I give power over the nations.
So it's not everybody that's going to get that liberty, that honor. All right, it's those that keep the word of the Lord, man.
That's right.
All right. So if you as the Apostle Torah deems this through the Spirit, if you got a rusty plow reward, all right, 10 times out of 10, you're not going to receive that in the first go around, because you done put the plow up. You done put it in the bar, now it's rusty. You done took your hand off the plow, man. All right, you done forsook the Lord, man, and you forsook yourself, man.
Right.
All right, but those who abide in Yahweh Shem Yahushua, those who keep His words, all right, those who have that faith, those who put their trust in Him, those who have that mindset that Yahweh Shem Yahushua is their shield and His buckler, man. All right, they're the ones who's going to receive that promise, man.
That's right. That's a small number, because not everybody could be kings in the kingdom.
Right.
You gotta have the kings, and you gotta have your levels, man.
Yeah.
And the Lord put Lord, when we part of the elect, the Lord put us on the level, man. He gave us his truth, His wisdom, His faith, and we hold on to that. We're gonna receive all of the things that we look forward to, our heart's desires.
You just said one thing real quick. 2 Ezra 8:1. 2 Ezra 8:1. And he answered me, saying, the Most High made this world for many, but the world to come for few. Okay. Yeah. So this world that we're living in, this is for all y'all people out there now, all you Americans. Okay, but the world is coming after this, because we read earlier in Ecclesiastes, the end of the thing is better than the beginning.
That's right.
All right. The end of this kingdom is going to be the world that's coming after that is for the few that the Lord chose.
That's right.
All right. So we look at, that's what brothers are looking for. That's what the scriptures say, to make your call and let you sure.
That's right.
Seek your own salvation with fear and trembling.
Right.
All these things.
Scriptures talk about waiting till drop. Yeah, being safe.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead, bro.
Verse 27. I'm gonna start at the end of 26. It says, "To him will I give power over the nations, and he shall rule them with a rod of iron, as the vessels of a potter shall they be broken to shivers, even as I received of my father." His brothers was going into, hey, we're gonna come to the heathens and they're gonna have to get down. What we gonna talk about? No, this is the time in which the scripture said that the saints shall take the kingdom, man.
Yeah.
What we gonna talk about? Hey, clearly when you let them rule, this will happen to the earth. Animals go extinct. Homosexuality gets spread. The earth fucking gets tore up, man. The sea has trash in it. Sea piles, trash piles the size of Texas.
Animals get extinct.
So when Yahushua, hey, come, that's it, man. He's ruling, man, and we're ruling as joint heirs with him, and that's it. You know. In verse 28, "And I will give him the morning star. He that has an ear, let him hear what the Spirit says unto the churches." You know.
And I'm going off of that. Let me finish reading this because it's going to line up to something you just said a second ago. This is beautiful. So I'm going to finish verse 10. I'm going to read down to verse 12. So this is Isaiah 60 and 10. "And the sons of strangers shall build up thy walls, and their kings shall minister unto thee. For in my wrath I smote thee, but in my favor have I had mercy on thee." And the Lord's going to have mercy on thee, on us, who? Jacob, the Israelites, you so-called blacks, Hispanics, Native Americans, as you like to call yourself in this flesh. All right, but you're really the true men and women of the Lord, the Israelites. Verse 11, "Therefore thy gates shall be open continually, they shall not be shut day nor night, that men may bring unto thee the forces of the Gentiles, and that their kings may be brought." So it's what? When the kingdom of heaven is established, our gates are going to be open continually so that these other nations, these heathen nations, could come and bring on their goods to us. They're going to love to do that shit, bro.
It's going to be, you remember that spirit was talking about that on the way here, man. It's going to be 5 o'clock in the morning. I just want to look out and to see what ship is coming into my
God,
yeah, what's coming in the gates.
You see a big ass boatload of gold.
You're right.
Ain't nobody coming with that shit.
It's a big pile of gold falling off the ship.
You see that go fly you see rose petals flying off the ship because you got a whole ship of Ammonite concubines.
Hell yeah, man.
Shit, man.
She'll bring in a whole bunch of peacocks, man.
Yeah, that's for us. That's for us, man. You know, and then reading on, verse 12. Hey, I'm going to show you something about that. First thing first, man. Verse 12 now, Isaiah 60 and 12. "For the nation," and you can speak on this, "and for the nation and kingdom that will not serve thee shall perish.
Right.
Yea, those nations shall be utterly wasted."
Right, because we ain't coming off the chariots as regular people, man. We're going to be all righteous, man. So, and that's what's the kingdom, that's what's coming to the earth, man. A righteous rule, a righteous judgment. So if you ain't going to be down for righteous, you're going to get put to death.
Right.
Because you're going to bow to us because, hey, we perfect now. We under Yahweh Yahushua.
That's right.
So you're going to bow down to Yahweh Yahushua. You're going to die, man. Judgment back in the earth now. You know?
It kind of, because that's what it's going to be. Look, the law of Yahweh Yahushua is going to be held to the T. You break this law, we're going to judge you accordingly to what the scripture said.
Right.
Which is going to be in our hearts, which is going to be the beautiful thing, man. Like Esau got a law library with 8 floors of books. Yeah. Listen, it's going to be in our mind because we're going to be the kings and the priests.
Yeah, we're going to know instantly what the judgment is.
Mm-hmm.
The judgment call on spot.
Right.
You stole a sheep from a man. Now you got to give him a sheep.
Sevenfold.
Yeah, kind of. You committed adultery. You got to die.
Yeah. What is it? What motherfucker was committed adultery?
Right. And again, it says again that for the nation and kingdom that shall not serve thee shall perish. Yea, those nations shall be utterly wasted. So, like, those nations that want to buck up against the power of the universe. Well, guess what? Hey, you may not get rain.
Yeah.
You might get a dust storm.
Yeah.
We're gonna be every year.
We're gonna be able to do that.
Locusts on your
Yeah, it's in there somewhere, right?
Zechariah.
Because we're gonna be able to do that, man. We're gonna be able to. The Lord's gonna show us how to manipulate the elements. And if let's say we don't know how to do that, all we gotta do is pray to Yahweh Shai, not to bring rain upon your land, and everywhere else around you is raining except for your little land, man.
Go ahead, bro.
Here's Zechariah chapter 14, verse 16. "And it shall come to pass that everyone that is left of all the nations which came against Jerusalem shall even go up from year to year to worship the King, the Lord of hosts, and to keep the Feast of Tabernacles." We're gonna get these heathens in subjection, man. They're gonna be in order, and they're gonna have to serve the holy days of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. Now, verse 17, and it shall be that whoso will not come up of all the families of the earth unto Jerusalem to worship the King, the Lord of hosts, even upon them shall be no rain. So we finna have absolute power, man. Esau think he got absolute power, telling people they can't hit the beach. Look, man, if you don't come and serve Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, you don't get no rain. You know?
Verse 13, Isaiah 60:13. The glory of Lebanon shall come unto thee, the fir tree, the pine tree, and the box together to beautify the place of my sanctuary, and I will make the place of my feet glorious. Exotic everything, man. Glorify and beautify everything around us.
And all the regions of the earth is going to be in its perfection.
Yeah.
The tropicalness is going to be tropical.
Yeah.
The canyons or the desert is going to be perfect.
Yeah.
The Arctic lands is which we don't know how the earth is going to be after the missiles, but we know the earth is going to be perfect. That's for sure.
Verse 14, Isaiah 60:14. The sons also of them that afflicted thee shall come bending unto thee.
That's blessings right there, bro. So Psalms 83, all of them gonna come and bend the knee, bro.
Yeah,
Everyone. Yep. And they bending the knee. What does it say? Read it again. Bending unto thee.
The sons also of them that afflicted thee shall come bending unto thee.
Bending unto thee, and like the brother just said, bending the knee. That's what you would do in front of a king.
Yeah,
bend the knee. You bend the knee, which means you kneel down and show your servitude unto the king.
And that's what the word blessed means, man. That's when you know we're actually blessed, man. When our enemies come and bow down at our feet, man. And what we're gonna be doing? Giving all praise to Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, giving all that glory to the Heavenly Father, man. That's what's coming, man. That's worth the fight, man. In my book,
Quick precept. Psalm chapter 18, verse 44. As soon as they hear of me, they shall obey me. The strangers shall submit themselves unto me.
Yeah,
We finna know what life is, man. And this ain't it, man. This ain't shit.
Yep.
Man.
We'll be getting carried on that throne like who that was, Fury, Tyson Fury. They came in, man, being carried around like a kid. That's how we gonna be, man. If you wanna walk around like that, if you wanna go around through your whole planet like that, that's how they gonna carry you.
I can fly if I want.
I'll ride myself.
Remember that video of the monoxide day? It's good to be the king. It's good to be the king, man. I want bitches to feed me. I can feed myself, but I want a bitch to feed me. I want motherfuckers to carry me.
And they gonna feel no way about it.
That's right.
They're gonna feel bad about these people.
Hey, our women, the scripture tell you, our women's feet aren't even gonna touch the earth, man, or the ground.
Straight clean.
Are they handicapped? No. They're royalty. That's what it is.
Yeah.
You know?
Reading on. It says, the sons of them that also the sons also of them that have afflicted thee shall come bending unto thee, and all they that despise thee shall bow themselves at the soles of thy feet, and they shall call thee the city of the Lord Yahweh, the Zion of the Holy One of Israel, the monument of the Holy One of Israel.
Esau gonna be salty saying that.
They shall call.
They already despise us, man. He gonna be salty saying that.
They're gonna have to do that shit.
We know, man. We already proclaiming through the Spirit. The kingdom is within us, but they gon' know, man. They gonna see, man, that these are the sons and daughters of the Heavenly Father.
All these nations gonna know the name Yahweh, the name Yahweh Shai. All right. They may not ever see them in their lifetime, but they may see us. They may not even see us. You know, that's how high up we're gonna be on.
Well, you don't see the Rothschilds.
No.
Every state Edomites don't get to hang out with it. Hey, I'm here with David Rothschild. It's take a selfie. Hey, there's levels to this thing.
Right.
That's right.
Yeah, because if you're part of the 144,000. You're not gonna be amongst the heathen like that. You may if you want to.
Yeah, because of course we want to get because we're the angriest people on the planet right now. Oppression makes the wise man mad. So of course we want some we want our licks. Of course. Well, look, we got universes to run, man.
You ain't got time for all these little petty shit, man.
That's why we got our kids, you know.
There you go.
Yeah.
Right.
Raise up your child the way.
It's gonna come a point, man, when we go to a heathen land, man. They having a whole freaking entrance and festival
parades
and party for us, man. It ain't if the Rothschilds came through, nobody trying to see.
Nobody even knows who they are,
you know.
Everybody get their shit together, like, oh shit. Number 13,462 is here. Like, oh shit, you know, like, oh, get your shit together, you know, get your best daughters out. You know, it's time, you know, maybe you'll take my daughters. You might take one of my daughters.
Them lambs and goats,
you know,
the ox and whatever you got.
They'll be trying to catch favor from us, man. So
because what they know we're gonna be able to destroy their shit if they step out of line.
Right now we're in captivity, right? All our wants, who we gotta go for, so to say, man. We gotta go to Esau to get all the cares and the wants that we want. So they gonna have to come to us, man. So they gonna want favor.
One of all things, yeah.
They gonna one of all things. They gonna need favor from us. So they gonna be bringing us the best of the best.
Mm-hmm.
Shoot, that's my.
Generations will pass by. Generations and generations pass by. They may not even see one of us. But then, like, you know, maybe 2, 3, 4 generations later, that generation sees one of the elect.
Yeah.
Like, oh, they exist. Yeah. Oh shit! And there's all stories probably for them motherfuckers.
Yeah, shit. Because remember, it's gonna be everlasting, so it'll be a million years.
Yeah.
And then like, no. Then we pop up.
And then you man look like a god, and all their daughters just fall out to the ground.
The knees get weak.
20 years, my great grandpa told me about y'all. Oh shoot, yeah,
Let's go, man.
You know, you wanted to, you had something?
No, I just said incorruptible crown.
Okay,
yeah, which is exactly what
years later that fame is still gonna be as much as it was when it first started.
Mm-hmm. You know, I'm not paying attention. Let me finish this here. One more, maybe 2 more verses. Verse 15, Isaiah 60. It says, "Whereas thou hast been forsaken and hated, so that no man went through thee, I will make thee an eternal excellency, a joy of many generations."
You gotta look at it right now too. To be honest, everybody looks at Jake in disgust, especially those who they see doing the will of the Lord. They look at us in disgust. Nobody really want to fucking kick it with us. Nobody want to do nothing. But in that day, man, we gonna be, man, it's gonna be a fame about us, man. People gonna hear about us and be wooed off of just hearing our names, man.
Yep.
All right.
One more verse. "Thou shalt also suck the milk of the Gentiles, and shall suck the breast of kings."
The resources.
All their goods. Anything that's worth anything, taking that. Come up off that. "And thou shalt know that I am the Lord Yahweh, am thy Savior and thy Redeemer, the mighty one of Jacob."
Because only through the hands of Yahweh Shemashai could we get on that level.
Yeah.
We can't take Esau down, man.
Right.
We're not finna make a coup.
Good luck with that.
You know, but through the hands and powers of Yahweh Shemashai, we will be established as the greatest nation on the planet.
That's right.
Which we are physically right now. But look, spiritually, we are on a low level as a whole outside the Israel of Israel, you know. But what the Lord's going to establish the whole nation above everybody. Even the nigga selling crack rocks on the corner, which is bugged completely. He don't even know what day it is. He's going to be perfect in the kingdom, man.
Yep.
You know?
That's going to be somebody.
That's somebody's kid.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He will be somebody, because at the end of the day, name's going to ring a bell. Who house you up? You're such and such house.
Mm-hmm.
And they're Yasharak, they're the Prince of God anyways, man. Yeah. So even the heathens going to know who they are, man. That shit, man, that's beautiful.
I got one, man. Sirach chapter 37, verses 25 and 26. Verse 25, "The days of the life of man may be numbered, but the days of Israel are innumerable." We're gonna live forever, man. We're gonna rule forever. No dying. Ain't got to worry about no funerals popping up, funeral plans. No, nothing like that, man. We just gonna live forever, and our kingdom is going to last forever. It's going to increase.
Really imagine that. I mean, we can't really, but I mean, just try to. Like, 1,000,000 years from when Yahweh returns, we're still gonna be in the best form of our life.
Yes, we just getting started.
Law, statute, and commandments written in our inward parts, so therefore no sin. Scripture say the wages of sin is death, so death is gone. As the scripture say, "Oh death, where is thy sting?" Man, we're made in the image of the Lord now, man. So He's perfect. We won't be perfect, man. Hey,
That's
it comes with internal peace, man. Okay. Hey, what it is? Or one drop. It's gonna be as an eternity, a days of eternity.
Yeah.
Is that a day to eternity?
Yeah.
Come on, man.
1,000 years.
As a drop of sand is on the shore is 1,000 years to the days of eternity.
Or
as
a drop of water
in the sea.
Yeah, kind of.
You know, a drop of water in the sea is as 1,000 years to eternity. So 1 billion years down the road, we just getting started.
Yeah.
And we not bored at all.
Yeah.
We vibing.
That's what, man. Going back to what we were talking about earlier, that's why the heavens are expanding always.
Yeah.
We're not going to run out of things to do.
We gotta make a nation, brother. One of us gonna make a nation.
We always gonna be playing catch up. We always gonna be playing catch up with the things the Lord gonna be showing us, man.
Because remember, the Israel, just the nation of Israel is as the sand of the sea. You tell me how many grains of sand is in Clearwater Beach, and I'll tell you how many Israelites there are.
Right.
I'll wait.
But
But as the scripture, I think it's 2 Ezra chapter 5, it says that the earth cannot contain all the souls. So that's why the Lord's making more planets. You know,
and plus one Israelite man will make a nation. Man.
exactly. Yep.
Hey, the scripture tell you, Isaiah 60, a small one should become 1,000. A small one.
The small one.
But
the small one should become 1,000, and the great should become a nation, or something like that.
Yeah.
Roughly paraphrasing.
Yeah. But Sirach 37:25 again, the days of life of man may be numbered, but the days of Israel are innumerable. Verse 26, a wise man shall inherit glory among his people.
A wise man.
And his name shall be perpetual.
What makes you wise, man? Following after Yahweh Shem Shai, the law, statutes, commandments. Taking heed to the word of the Lord. That's what makes you wise. Read that again, Bible Shah.
A wise man shall inherit glory among his people.
Amongst his people. What's the glory we finna receive? Glory is what we part of that number. The glory that Yahweh Shai is gonna receive because he promised us we join heirs with him.
Right.
He died for us so that we could reign with him. You know.
A perpetual name. Always a part of that 144,000. Could be a trillion years
since
down the
road.
Beginning. You still one of them men, right? Since the beginning.
Nobody can take that crown from you.
Right.
That was you were predestined to have that.
Ephesians 1.
Yep.
You know, you were born on this earth many incarnations over and over and over again for this incarnation that we're in right now. You were part of that number.
Yep.
All right. We don't know who we are, but somebody's part of that number.
That's why we say the hopefully.
That's why we say that. All right, somebody's gonna get this crown. Somebody's gonna be part of that number. And if you're part of, if you're one of those blessed people, men, and part of that number, then guess what's coming for you? Everything that we just talked about right now, top 100.
That's right.
You know,
a wise man, wisdom, man. What did King Solomon pray for? He prayed for wisdom, and that was the mother of all of those things.
Yeah, and scriptures tell you how wisdom actually has riches in one hand and eternal everlasting life in another hand, bro. So if you seek wisdom, you're gonna get all that. You're gonna get riches and everlasting life.
that's what happened with Solomon. He prayed for knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, but not only did he get that, he got all the fly shit too.
Yeah, he prayed for the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding to lead the people. Instead of asking for, let me get the riches that comes with being a king. No, he said, let me get the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding to lead these people.
Yeah.
And then what happened? 40 years of peace, and he had abundance of everything, man. And you know, the brothers did the mathematics on how much he was making. Man, yeah, you know, it's ridiculous.
Right.
So, and the real riches is these scripture, this knowledge, and that's gonna be in us. So that's why the curse will say the kingdom is within you.
That's right.
You're witnessing the kingdom being built up as you speak, man. Before your very eyes, the kingdom of heaven is being established and being built up. While you over there worrying about when the lockdown or when the shutdown is going to end, the kingdom of heaven is being built.
Yeah,
that's why the kingdom of heaven is going to be called up into the skies. All right, the men of the Lord and the women and children, the rest of the 1/3 going to be called up into the skies. And guess what? Then the elect, all right, those that were being fishers are going to become hunters, and then we're going to come do the work of the Lord, man. We're going to come get him out the mountains, all right? We're going to come execute the vengeance of the Lord. We're going to come put shackles on our enemies, yokes of iron. But it begins with what we're doing.
That's right.
This is building up the kingdom of heaven. Yahweh Shai is waiting so he can come back to save us, Lord's will we, those men. Because what? We're doing what is pleasing unto the Heavenly Father and His Son. This is what starts the kingdom of heaven. Trusting in Yahweh Shem Shai, knowing and believing that what He said is going to come to pass, you know? Is that not the kingdom of heaven? Believing in the scriptures?
Setting your heart right, seeking, doing the will of the Lord, actually showing the Lord that you want righteousness, bro.
That's where it begins.
Yeah.
Because, but, I always tell brothers, the greatest thing we're going to receive is serving Yahweh Shem Shai perfectly.
Yep.
Not disappointing Him, keeping His laws 100% because it's going to be in us.
Yep.
That's the greatest thing. And that's what Yahweh Shai, when he was King Solomon, asked for. And he received everything else with it.
Yep.
So that's truly the greatest reward, man. Serving and pleasing Yahweh Shem Shai perfectly.
Right.
Everything else is a bonus. It's an add-on. You know?
That's right, bro. That's right.
And
That's right.
we got something like we can close out. Okay.
You close out.
Okay, God, hey, with that, Lord's will, this was edifying and exhorting unto you sincere brothers. All right, you men, women, and children that may be watching our videos. Okay, this is it. We almost out of here. The times are at hand. Things are moving very quickly. The RFID chip, the mark of the beast is like the brother said, days away, man.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of time before they tell you need the chip to leave your house. So take heed and repent, for the kingdom of heaven is at hand.
That's right.
So with that, we want to give all praise, glory, and honor to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rachakadash.
double honors to the elder apostles, great millstone. Salutation, much love to you. I'll be out there pushing out His word, true, sincere. Shalom.
Shalom. Bob.
Bye-bye.
Okay.
Travel.